And here with Hayes Carlyon, our Jaguars beat reporter here on 1010XL and 92.5 FM. And of course, you could hear him every weekday afternoon on the Frangie Show. And Hayes, a little bit of a tough one for the Jags. And you wrote on our website, 1010XL.com, which of course your Jaguars blogs is presented by Mr. Reuter. And a little bit of a tough one. And you think this is one that could come back to bite the Jags later in the year.
Yeah, and I think it depends on how you view the Jaguars through 4 games. If you think that they're not a contender, then it won't haunt them. They'll just be closer to drafting a potential franchise quarterback in 2018, which is what I believe they'll do with their first-round pick. If you believe they are a contender, then it has the potential to really be haunting come late December, and that's where I think the Jaguars are. I think this is a playoff contending team. Does it mean they'll get there? Does it mean they'll win the division? No. But I think this is a team that going into the final 2 weeks of the year will be in the mix. I just think that's how good the defense is, even though they struggled against the Jets defending the run. I think week in and week out, that is going to be a unit that's going to be among the best in the league. And I think there will be games where the offense delivers. Unfortunately for the Jaguars, Sunday at the Jets was not one of those days.
Yeah, and you look at the schedule now coming up. Of course, they got Pittsburgh this weekend. And then you kind of look ahead. They got the Rams, who all of a sudden looks like a team that could be some team to be reckoned with the way they've been playing so far.
Yeah, it's really interesting because the next 2 games, the Jaguars play 3-1 teams. But if they can get beyond that with a split, which is what I think they should aim for, I think they're losing Sunday at Pittsburgh, but I do think beating the Rams at home is very doable and something that I think should be the expectation for the Jaguars. So if they can go 1-1 in the next 2, they're 3-3. Those are the only 2 games right now on the remaining schedule with teams with a winning record. This schedule is still littered with winless teams, with teams with only 1 win. So I think if the Jaguars can get to 3-3 and you look at the rest of that slate, I think you can map out an easy path to 9-7. And if this team goes 9-7, it may not get them in, but it keeps them in it until the final week, and that would be something this city hasn't seen in several years.
Now, one other story, and this is the last one that we'll get to for today. One other story that is kind of developing has been the usage of Leonard Fournette, the 4th overall selection, the first choice for the Jaguars this year. It's been some interesting ways that the Jags have used Fournette, and that's all of a sudden starting to become a little bit of a storyline here in Jacksonville.
It is. He only played 39 of the 78 snaps against the Jets. That's just not good. That's poor coaching. But he's got to be on the field more than that. I understand that Chris Ivory is a pretty good number 2 back in this league, but Leonard Fournette is a potential star. This offense doesn't have potential stars. He's the only one, with Allen Robinson out for the year, that these guys can really depend on. And I think he's proven that. So for Leonard Fournette to be missing that much of the game, I think that's disappointing. And I think it's something that head coach Doug Marrone and offensive coordinator Nathaniel Hackett have to address moving forward. They have to address it immediately. It cannot be that way against Pittsburgh. So it will be interesting. And again, 1st and goal from the 6, and Fournette's not in the game. You're not running the ball. That's just inexcusable.
He is Hayes Carlyon. Again, you hear him every weekday afternoon on The Frangie Show. And you can, of course, read his work as our Jaguars beat reporter on 1010XL.com, presented by Mr. Reuter. Hayes, thanks for the time.
Thank you.